I just got expelled from my school district like a week before the end of the school year. I was just doing bad stuff, and my parents said, "You're gonna go on this trip." I didn't want to at first, but then, as I was on it, I changed, because before I was so just mad at the world and thought it was funny to be mean and just aggressive and stuff, and then just opened my eyes to how different it can be.
I didn't know his background. There wasn't, a lot of that information you don't really know going into it. You're just there to serve. You want everybody to be safe. But I think as the trip progressed, a lot of the best parts about being in the wilderness is just being very present. You're away from your phone. You're just with people. There's kind of a humor about the suffering that's going on. And I mean, we were doing a lot of switchbacks, and Image Lake's kind of notorious for a pretty steep day. And everybody was struggling, and it was just, I love when they struggle. That's when emotions come out and all the stuff.
During the trip, when we got to that halfway point, we were at the top at night. Like that night when we went to bed, we had to wake up early to get ready to go because we wanted to do an extra around the glacier lake. And so we wanted to wake up early. And I remember I just couldn't even sleep because I was just so thinking of all the ways I was gonna get my life on track when I got back home, and how much better I felt and how much I liked hiking too. I didn't really know how much I enjoyed it.
At the end of this trip, we were all just friends. There's obviously your roles of guide and guest and client and stuff like that. We don't want to create this wall of I'm a guide and you have to approach me in a certain way. It was very, very relaxed. We want them to feel like they're connected. We want them to feel and hopefully maybe see themselves in us in that position of yeah, I could do this one day.
I never really had pictures of experiences in my life, so that was the first unique picture. When someone sees it, I can be oh yeah, I did this. It was a meaningful picture. So I didn't really, had my family obviously and stuff, but I didn't really do anything picture worthy.
And that was?
Yeah, that was picture worthy.
I want kids to realize that they're powerful, that they're capable. And I think sometimes we've kind of sheltered kids from risk, from actual risk, just in an abundant amount, to their harm, to their detriment. And one of the best things that I think about Peak 7 is that it puts kids in a very real life situation. We're taking them to rowdy, amazing, wild places in Washington State. I mean, these are what you wish a field trip was back in grade school. These past 2 seasons as program director and getting to go on specific trips and forming some relationship with some of our participants and clients. I hear the same thing over and over again, and I'm watching it just transform them. It's not so much anything that I've said or another guide said, so much as just them being pushed, them completing things, and they realize that they physically feel better.
What up, dude? How long has it been, bro?
A little bit. So that's some photos of that trip.
Really? Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's amazing.